Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. News is heating up. You know what's mad? I looked at the date and I realised there isn't actually that much left of the transfer window. Not long at all. If we're talking realistically, we got what? Just over 2 weeks left until this window shuts. So yeah, it's starting to get to the latter stages. Let's see what business is going to happen up until final day, up until deadline day, and hopefully Chelsea get more names through the door. But it's looking likely at the moment that things are actually going well for Chelsea. Let's get more into it in this video. Before we do though, I want to let you know, if you want all of your latest, all of the information regarding the transfer window that is going to be in your pocket as soon as you need it, you pull out your phone and it's there. It's the OneFootball app. Make sure you download the OneFootball app, link in the description, for all of your footballing latest, not just the transfer news, but your team news, your injury news. We've started the season, so your standings, your results, your fixtures, your schedules, your stats, whatever. It's there in the OneFootball app. Link in the description. Hit that now and enjoy. Let's get to the latest. So what the hell is going on at Chelsea FC and elsewhere? Because other clubs seem to be involved today, which is interesting. As you can see by the title of this video, one player from Chelsea, is that a direct rival? Or should we not consider them a direct rival anymore? We'll get to that later. But let's start off with Wesley Fofana. What is going on with Fofana? This saga is dragging on longer than Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or what's other long franchises that went on forever? Saw. Just constant sequels. Well, let's get to it. Wesley Fofana. Although it's looking good for Chelsea. Here it is. Wesley Fofana is desperate to join Chelsea. Personal terms are not an issue, and the centre-half would join on a 6+1 year deal if the two clubs can reach an agreement on the fee. So that's one hell of a deal, I have to say. 6+1. I mean, they're saying that, you know, Fofana has agreed a long-term deal at Leicester, and hence why now it's taking forever because Leicester actually want to keep the player and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But he comes to Chelsea on a 7-year deal. We seem to be giving loads of those out right now, and I know we want to give them to Mason Mount and Reece James. I'm all for it. The man is 21 years old. Tie him down till 28. Absolutely. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. So it's clear he wants it. Now, what are Chelsea actually going to put forward in terms of a next bid? Well, we know Chelsea are going to put in another bid. What's it going to be? Is it going to be close to Leicester's 85 million valuation? Or is less than that going to be enough to tempt them? Well, Simon Phillips fills us in with what he has heard. Chelsea's latest proposal is around £77 million for Wesley Fofana. Now, that is going to be quite reliable, I predict. 77. Leicester, take the money. Take the money. Well, I mean, you've not bought anyone yet. I said this yesterday in yesterday's video. They've not bought anyone. Like no one. The transfer window's gone on for how long? Leicester have not bought a man yet. I don't even know if they've topped up their women's team. I don't even know if they bought anyone from their academy. They've bought no one. Take the 77 million and go and do some business. Yeah, we're helping you here. Give us the player. He wants to come to us. He wants to leave you. Here's 77 million spongoolies, right? Go and splash them. Honestly, the fact that they're trying to hold this down, if they are, to try and get 80. I mean, what's 3 million? I mean, yeah, they can probably flip that on us and go, yeah, what's 3 million? Give us the extra 3 million then. But that's not how it works, yeah? We've spent a lot of money this window, right? We're not looking to just give away free money. Here's £77 million for Leicester City Football Club. Big deal. Take it and go and do some business. Fofana wants the deal. Well, hopefully it happens. Hopefully 77 is enough to tempt them. Personally, I think they're going to say no. I think they're going to hold out for 80. 80 minimum. There was talk about 85. I mean, I hope not, but we'll see. It's good that Chelsea are trying to test the waters slowly. We've still got a bit of time. This deal, I think, will happen, but 77 hopefully is going to be enough. Talking about the ins and outs of this 6-year deal, here it is. From Fabrizio Romano saying Chelsea and Fofana have an agreement on a 6-year contract. Fofana is now waiting for Chelsea's new bid. On Pulisic, Todd Boehly is not too happy about loaning players they trust to important clubs. Up to Boehly. Thomas Tuchel is a big fan of Broja, but he wants to play. If Chelsea sign one more important striker, they could consider a last-minute deal. Tuchel is pushing Bowley for Aubameyang, and he doesn't need a lot of time to integrate him into Chelsea's ideas or system. If Tuchel wakes up tomorrow morning and changes his mind on Ronaldo, then Todd Bowley would be on it. As for him, it's a yes, but for Tuchel, it's a no since July. Fabrizio giving us the clarity there in relation not just with Fofana. We're about to move on from Fofana now because we know we're waiting for this £77 million bid to go through. Let's see what happens. But Pulisic, we're going to come to him shortly. Aubameyang and Cristiano Ronaldo. I said this a while ago. If Chelsea don't end up getting a striker, I think they're going to be, going, okay, look, just take Ronaldo. I mean, you can't not, and we're seeing what's happening with United at the moment and Ronaldo, and it's just absolute turmoil, which leads me on to Christian Pulisic. Now, Christian Pulisic, one sec. Before we get to that, let's talk about Aubameyang. Because Aubameyang, apparently Manchester United as well are interested. What are the chances? Here it is. From Gerard Romero, Manchester United are interested in signing Chelsea target Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. That's from Gerard Romero, but he has said, well, not Gerard Romero, but actually, no, Gerard Romero, I saw a report earlier on as well saying, as an extension from that piece of news, that Aubameyang would absolutely say no to Manchester United right now. He wants to stay in Barcelona, but if he is going to leave, it's going to be Chelsea. I'm all for that. I'm happy days. Happy days. But going back to my previous point, Aubameyang, if we somehow can't get him and there's no one else that we can get, I do see Chelsea turning to Cristiano Ronaldo eventually and going, okay, look, you know what? Look, we need a striker. We need someone up top on a short-term basis till the window opens up in future windows. You're going to have to put your salary down here. If not, you're going to just rot at Man United. Do you want that? I mean, we've got the leverage here. Do you want to suffer at Manchester United or do you want to come to us? But you're going to have to come for less money. We just don't have the funds. No one does. No one can afford Cristiano Ronaldo. That's just stupid. But if he accepts a pay cut and he wants to sacrifice that in order to pursue his Champions League wishes, which is to end up being the Champions League all-time goal scorer without Messi catching him, that's why he wants to go, then cool, we can provide that for you. With absolute pleasure, because chances are we will make the quarter-final, semi-final, roughly around there. You got a lot of games in the Champions League to make that happen. Dream come true, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo. So, you know what? I would do it, but I do think it's going to be Aubameyang first, and I can understand why. Tuchel's worked with Aubameyang before. Aubameyang, having just left the Premier League to go to Barcelona, has actually done quite decent at Barcelona, will slot right in, I think. Still has the minerals. And although, yes, I would prefer to bring in a striker that's going to come in on a 4 or 5 year deal, that's not going to be Aubameyang, but it buys us some time. Right now, I would rather an Aubameyang than no one. I mean, I would like an Aubameyang to tee up with Sterling, for example. Rather than having just Kai Havertz, with all due respect, in terms of taking goal scoring away, is a top player. But we need a goal scorer. We need someone who's going to be up there that I can rely on and go, yeah, he's going to get goals for me. So Aubameyang, absolutely. Worst comes to worst and we're desperate, get Cristiano Ronaldo. But Manchester United wanting Aubameyang also want one of our lads. Now, we know that Aubameyang news is probably not ever going to happen to Manchester United, but they've come in for Christian Pulisic. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, this came from The Athletic earlier on. Check this out. Exclusive. Manchester United want Christian Pulisic on loan. Player up for it, says The Athletic. Now, Sky Sports have said Chelsea would be open to selling Christian Pulisic, but not to Manchester United and not on a loan. I can understand this logic because I presume we don't want to sell to a direct rival, and we don't want to just give a direct rival a player of ours to help out and then they send him back because we've just done them a favour. We've got no money from it. Here's where I stand, honestly. I get that logic, and I think if I was in that position at Chelsea Football Club, I would probably do the same thing. But as a fan, I'm not scared of Man United. Let's be real. Let's be honest. They're bottom of the league. I mean, they are in tatters. I know we could send Pulisic to Manchester United, even on a loan. He would play every week. He would get game time, which is what he wants. He'd stay healthy, hopefully. He'd come back and he'd be a better player. And Man United would probably still be in the bottom half of the table. That is how I see it. Man United are not just a mess. They're in ruins. You know, have you ever seen something burned to the ground? And then it's just ash. You can't even tell what it was before. You can't even go, I'm going to try and piece this back together. You can't even tell what it used to be. It's just ash. It's done. It's game over. That's how I look at Man United right now. They are a mess. So sending Pulisic out there honestly does not scare me. It does not scare me. You think if we send Pulisic to Manchester United, oh wow, okay, United have now got European football. No, I don't think that. But would I send him on a loan to Manchester United? Personally, it wouldn't faze me. If I was working at Chelsea Football Club, though, I reckon I wouldn't do it. Just for the sake of, yes, we're just not going to give any sort of resource to Manchester United. But what I'm saying is, as a fan right now, if it were to happen, I wouldn't be bothered. I actually wouldn't be bothered because I don't see Man United all of a sudden climbing out like the rise of the Phoenix. I don't think it's happening. But selling Pulisic to Manchester United, 50 million minimum. Minimum. I'm going to try and rinse Manchester United. At this point, I'd be like, yo, try and take as much money as you can from them. That way they've got nothing left. Yeah? Because they're a mess. Take advantage. That's the name of the game. You know, you got to hustle in this world. It is business. So, yeah. But I don't think Chelsea are going to do anything. So anyone that is worried, don't be worried. I don't think Pulisic will end up at Man United. Although he's up for it. So that tells you where his head is. If he's up to playing for Manchester United, then he's up for it. So, yeah. We'll see where this one develops and where this one goes. But as I've said, I don't see it happening. Talking about one of our players that could be on the way out, another one could be on the way out, and this is Emerson. Although, Emerson looks like he's blown it, not just for us, but for himself. Unbelievable. Here's the latest. This is from Nizar. Emerson Palmieri's deal to West Ham is off. It is a bit of a shock as a fee of £13 million plus £2 million in add-ons was close to being agreed with Chelsea. Now, let me tell you why. West Ham, well, Chelsea wanted 15 million. I know West Ham put in a bid, I think it was of 13 million and it got turned down. 13 plus 2 as add-ons, 15, cool, accepted. Emerson's personal terms is what has stalled the deal completely. His wage demands were too high for West Ham. I mean, Emerson, what are you doing? Bruv, what are you doing? You know, we're trying to get rid of these players and we can't flog them because they go to talk to clubs and they go, oh, no, I want £200,000 a week. Like, no, bruv, you're Emerson, relax. Relax. You know, it's such a shame. Now the deal is off. It's not happening. He's sticking around. We're going to have to try and find a new buyer. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But it is what it is. Look, Emerson, honestly, at this rate, he's let's be real, he's not going to play. We have Cucurella and we've got Chilwell. Emerson's not playing for Chelsea again at this rate. He's just not. Alonso saw the bigger picture and went. You know, Emerson needs to do the same thing. My friend, see you later. And that's with respect. I mean that with respect. But, mate, just agree a personal term and go. Because you're not going to play. It's done. It's done. So I don't understand why personal terms fell through with West Ham. West Ham would have been good for him. West Ham would have been really good for him. You know, trying out for European spots. Definitely top half of the table. Competing with the big boys. I mean, what more do you want? And you're playing week in, week out. And you're staying in London. I think it's perfect. But he's gone and blown it. Mate, pick up the phone. Yeah? Get onto West Ham's blower and tell them, oh, sorry, I was drunk. You know, no, you want me for 90,000 a week? Not a problem. Not a problem. You was talking to my twin earlier on. He took the phone. I'm sorry. I don't know, come up with something. But anyway, we know Chelsea's window right now has been more about trying to get big signings in, but has also been about trying to get youth players in. And not just youth players that play in academies. We're not just talking about that. We're talking about players that are coming into Chelsea at a very young age that we're going to try and nurture, and in about 4 or 5 years are probably all at the same time going to break into the first team, right? That's how it seems like. That seems like what the strategy is. We've already got Chukwuemeka. We've already got Hutchinson. We've got Casadei, who's on the way. I'm about to show you now. We're not done. We're not done. There was rumours about Anthony Gordon and how he could be coming in. Is there going to be another one? There are already players in the Chelsea Academy that we could end up nurturing into that mould too. Well, Here's Fabrizio Romano on why. What are Chelsea actually doing? Check this out. It's impressive to see what Chelsea are doing in the transfer market for young talents. It's not over. Keep an eye on South America talents because Chelsea will be everywhere to scout talents. So this is just the beginning. He said that on his YouTube channel. And I've got a feeling that I think I know who Chelsea are going for next. I think it's going to be this guy. Endrick, who plays for Palmeiras, who is 16 years old. Now, if we actually get to fathom his stats so far, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you and say I watch this guy week in, week out, but he's been raved about as the next big thing in Brazil, right? One of Brazil's hottest prospects. 16 years old, his stats right now look stupid. So, in terms of the he joined Palmeiras, his youth team, at the age of 11. In 5 years at Palmeiras, he's managed to bag 165 goals in 169 games, right? His, as of playing for Palmeiras, as of last season, 21-22, I think he's got 6 goals in 7 games. He's always just in that bracket of almost 1 goal a game. And that's ridiculous. For his age, that's mad. He's not obviously played for Brazil's main team yet. He's played for Brazil's under-17s. Same scenario there. Played 2 games, has scored 1. You can't really read into that. But it just looks like this boy has so much to offer as he continues to grow. And at 16 years old, we know that he is wanted by the best. Chelsea needs to get into that conversation. And what is he like? What is his style? What does he play? He's a centre forward. He is left-footed. And when asked about what his style actually is, this is his quote. He said, "I always fight. I'll be persistent and try until the last minute I'm in the game. I never give up. I pressure defenders. I run more than anyone else on the pitch." His idol is Ronaldo, and he's also loved Romario and Ronaldo R9 in the past. That does sound like a Thomas Tuchel player, though, doesn't it? When you think about it. I run more than anyone. Fantastic. You're hired. So, yeah, we'll see what goes on there. But Endrick, I think, if Fabrizio's mentioning South America, Endrick has to be the first name on the list there. First name. So, I have to say, though, Fabrizio said a very, very key word there, which stuck out. Scouting. Are we actually scouting again? Chelsea Football Club. Have we actually found scouts? I mean, I could cry. I could cry right now. Tears of joy. Chelsea have scouts again. Hallelujah. Finally. It's been so long. Honestly, we're scouting talent. We're picking out talent. We're doing business. And not just for the first team right now, but for the future. And I love it. This whole dynamic is fantastic. Todd Bowley and the way we're running right now, superb. Here is words from Cassidy, who is on the flight to London. Check this out. Cassidy is flying from Milano to London right now in order to sign in as a new Chelsea player. I feel so proud. I'm ready for this new chapter. Chelsea, I'm always ready, Cassidy says. So, Cassidy, welcome to Chelsea. Looking forward for the unveiling very, very shortly. The medical is going to be tomorrow, so I presume maybe tomorrow, if not Friday, we get the announcement that Cassidy has signed. There's the latest with Chelsea Football Club and a little bit of Manchester United as well. We've got to sprinkle them in as they are sitting bottom of the league. So, we'll see what happens. Their next game is Liverpool. And Liverpool ain't doing well either. What's going on with them? What's going on with Liverpool? Anyway, we'll see what goes on this weekend. It's going to be a very, very interesting state of affairs. But thank you all so much for watching. Hit me up in the comment section below and let me know what you think about everything I've discussed today. Much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification button to be notified once I've uploaded. Don't forget to download the OneFootball app. Link in the description right now. Hit that and enjoy. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow for a brand new one, people. In a bit. See you then. Take care and peace.